Choosing a rifle can be both an exciting and risky experience, especially if you choose the wrong one. There are some rifles that look great, but fail miserably when it comes to performance. Which models you should avoid buying that are not worth the hype? What are the reasons that make them risky investments? Join us today as we explore some of the rifles you should think twice about before buying that might not be worth your hard-earned money. Number 6. Savage Model 340. Savage Model 340 has earned its place in firearm history, but before you make a decision to buy it, you should know that it presents several challenges that every buyer should consider. First off, there is an issue with its trigger that sometimes doesn't fire on the first pull. What if you are in a crucial moment? Is it something you want to deal with? Absolutely not. Then comes the feeding issues, where frequent jams have been reported as caused by misaligned magazines or damaged parts. Mounting a scope on Model 340 is also a real challenge. The scope doesn't sit exactly at the center, and the bolt handle can get in the way of the eyepiece. If you are trying to aim accurately with Model 340, it will deliver great accuracy for short-range hunting, but you might struggle with longer distances. So there are also accuracy concerns, especially for long-range precision. When it comes to build quality, the Model 340 might be good for regular use, but if you compare it with innovative firearms of today's world, you will notice it lacks modern features that make it old-fashioned. So think twice before making any decision. The Savage Model 340 might leave you frustrated. Number 5. Sporterized World War II ARaka. Thinking to add Sporterized World War II ARaka to your collection? There are several factors that make it a potentially risky investment for your hard-earned money. Rifles that were produced during late World War II were manufactured with low quality and cheap materials, making them far less safe to fire. And the modifications during sporterization further compromise its structural integrity. In addition, some models are not user-friendly, and challenges have been reported in engaging and disengaging the safety. A hard trigger pull is something you don't want to deal with, right? Some sporterized ARakas are built like that, which is not great for accuracy and comfort. Then comes the oversized chambers that proved reliable for military situations, but can be a challenge for civilian shooters, as it can hurt accuracy and shorten the life of ammunition casings. Not all sporterized models are gems, and their quality varies wildly. A poorly sporterized version might have issues with sights or stocks that are more trouble than they are actually worth it. And finding the original parts is hard to find if something goes wrong with your ARaka. Therefore, the Sporterized World War II ARaka is probably not the rifle for you. Number 4. Winslow Rifles. Any shooter can be attracted to the unique design and exceptional craftsmanship of Winslow rifles, but before considering a purchase, you must know certain factors that might change your decision. These rifles are known to be heavy, which is a good thing that adds to their durability, but these are not ideal for carrying over long hours or for long hunting trips. So if you have any plans for the extended shooting range, don't think of buying these rifles. Winslow rifles are no doubt the most beautifully designed in the world of firearms, but again, don't let their aesthetics fool you. They might be incredibly good looking, but may not be the most comfortable ones in your hands. The ergonomics are not as good for regular use, such as the shape of the stock that doesn't give you a comfortable grip while holding. And if something goes wrong with your rifle, its parts are not easy to find, which could be a bit of a hassle. When it comes to money, these are definitely on the expensive side, so it's not the budget-friendly option if you are looking for one. Winslow rifles no doubt stand out from the rest, but it's not an ideal choice for regular use. Number 3. SA-80. Are you excited to get SA-80, the most talked about gun in military history? If so, let's just look at its list of frustrating flaws that make it a risky investment. First off, this gun had major reliability issues and had serious malfunctions in the past due to issues with the magazine release catch and firing pins, etc. The magazine release was too sensitive that it would drop out of the rifle, which could definitely be a problem if you are in the middle of an intense situation. Then it had an aluminum magazine, which was very delicate and, if gripped too tightly, could bend and choke the flow of rounds, causing jams in the middle of the firing. Would you rely on the rifle that causes jams during critical moments? The catch on the top cover over the gas mechanism was also very weak and would pop open on its own, and shooters had to tape it down to keep it shut. The trigger on this rifle is one of the nightmares that doesn't feel as crisp as other rifles. Not only this, the back of the trigger surface could accumulate debris, preventing the trigger from pulling back completely and stopping the gun from firing. The ergonomics are not good either. They aren't comfortable and doesn't feel right in your hands. The safety catch, cocking lever, and fire selector switch were stiff, making the rifle awkward to handle in high-pressure situations. Durability was another major concern. Some of the parts would easily break or damage in extreme conditions such as extreme temperatures. The SA-80 is also not feathery light, so carrying it around for a few hours might weigh you down, especially if you are not used to heavy rifles. This rifle also demands careful maintenance, so if you don't maintain it regularly, it might get jammed, which could cause even more problems. The SA-80 has the reputation as the worst service rifle ever made due to several issues in its early years of production and may not be the best fit for you. Number 2. Winchester Model 100. Thinking of buying the Winchester Model 100, you should be mindful of its safety recalls and necessary maintenance. This rifle had a serious problem of breaking a firing pin in the past, which is not just a malfunction, but also a safety hazard. When this pin breaks, it causes an unintentional discharge during loading or unloading, which could be dangerous, especially when handling in groups. Though the issue is fixed in later models, you still should double-check if it's actually done. And to keep it running smoothly and flawlessly, know that the Model 100 needs some serious maintenance and care. If you don't keep its gas system clean, it clogs up, causing misfeeds and jams. In addition, the extractors and ejectors worn out with time that led to issues in ejecting the spent cartridges smoothly. Would it be frustrating, especially in the middle of the hunt? So in order to keep running this rifle smoothly, you will have to spend a lot of time and effort on it regularly. The accuracy was also a big problem. The stock of the rifle had large pieces of wood removed to fit the barrel, and the action was not that stable. And without that solid stability, the rifle struggled to deliver the precision, especially over long distances. And if reliability and ease of use are your priorities, you should look for other options to add to your collection. After all, nobody wants to spend more time fixing a firearm than enjoying it at the range. Number 1. Ruger Model 44 Deerstalker. The Ruger Model 44 Deerstalker is one of the most beloved rifles out there, but there are some reasons why you should think twice about it before buying one. Chambered in the powerful 44 Magnum, it's perfect for hunting in dense woods, but it often refuses to feed or eject properly, especially if you don't clean it regularly. You need to pay special attention to its gas system and keep it clean to avoid jams and misfires. In addition, the Ruger Model 44 also gets clogged up quickly with lead bullets, which makes the rifle less reliable. So, while using this rifle, it's something to keep in mind and stick to jacketed ammunition, as it didn't cause much fouling, making handling a lot easier. Then comes the magazine capacity, which holds only 4 rounds in its tubular magazine and is far less than the modern rifles with higher capacities. This is something you would feel where quick follow-up shots are crucial. And if precision is your priority, the Model 44 Deerstalker might not deliver, as there have been some reports regarding its accuracy. The Ruger Model 44 Deerstalker can be considered a collector's item if you are a fan of vintage rifles, but it's definitely not a piece to rely on for your hunting adventures. These rifles may have appealing aesthetics or historical value, but their disappointing performance has left many shooters frustrated. So choose the one that doesn't compromise your safety or hard-earned money. Settling for a good rifle today will prevent you from regrets later on. That's a wrap to our video today. See you again soon with more videos on the latest firearms. Take care.